Warning, I say a lot of bad words. Nachomane. I made a YouTube poll asking everyone which show should I review first, and Heroes of Wrestling won by majority. Over 100 votes came in. That's crazy. I thought I would have got like 10 votes or something like that. But anyways, let's hop into this video. As soon as the show starts, they start paying tribute to Gorilla Monsoon because he passed away 4 days before this show. I didn't even know that. At the commentary table, they got Dutch Mantell and Randy Rosenbloom. I don't know shit about Randy, but what I do know is that Dutch Mantell thinks he's the worst commentator ever. He said that shit on his podcast. In the video, he was saying that he don't know shit about wrestling, and also he was a last-minute replacement. That's funny as hell.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Casino Magic, Bay St. Louis, Mississippi, where tonight, legendary grudge matches will be settled once and for all. So throw down your toys and get out of the sandbox. Playtime's over, because tonight, somebody's going to get their ass whooped tonight in here.
Somebody's gonna get their ass whooped tonight in here. I like that he said that. If I was an announcer, I'd probably say some shit like that too. The first match of the night is the Samoan SWAT Team versus Marty, Jannetty, and Tommy Rogers. And the special guest is Shawn Michaels' legs. They couldn't find a better photo of Marty Jannetty. That's fucking crazy. The Samoan SWAT Team come out, and they got Paul Adams with them, swinging around a towel. I never seen this guy before. I kind of like the Samoan SWAT Team name, but I don't really like their theme song. The one they have right now don't really fit them, I think. They gave him like some fucking training montage music or some shit. This show happened in Mississippi. I got some family down there. I only ever went there for like a funeral though. One of the things I don't like about Mississippi is that some of the water is yellow down there. I was using the bathroom and I kept on flushing. One of my cousins brought back home some raccoon meat. He was craving that shit. And I also got to see a crocodile hand. They fucking killed the crocodile and kept the hand. It feels like a whole different world down there. We drove all the way from Illinois to Mississippi. Are you guys happy now that I said Illinois and I didn't pronounce the S? The last video they kept asking me why I pronounced the S. Shit, I don't know. I just think it sound good like that. People thinking I'm out of town and shit now.
5-2 and Samu. And they're chalking it up as we're about to begin the first match of the evening.
Hey, these some bad motherfuckers right here. I would not want to fuck with a Samoan. They tough as hell. I honestly think the Samoan family in wrestling is pretty cool. They damn near had their whole family in WWE. I wish like a black bloodline existed. I think the closest we ever had to that is the Hurt Business. They not related, but still, you know what I mean though. Bobby Lashley gone, MVP gone, and Shelton Benjamin gone. The only person left is Cedric Alexander. That shit crazy. It sucks because I liked all three of them. They could have had the Street Profits with them too. Hey, but I wasn't watching WWE around that time for real. I started back watching wrestling in like 2022. Maybe one day my dream of a black bloodline will happen. The manager Paul Adams cuts a promo. After every sentence, he just pauses for like 5 seconds. I was about to fall asleep listening to this shit. That shit was boring. But here's like the end of it though.
Because basically, none of you have a pair big enough to get in here and fight and combat and take on two guys like this yourselves. I understand you'd have to drink about a 12-pack of liquid courage before you'd ever even entertain the idea of coming in here and fighting these two men. Not to mention
myself.
myself.
Not happy about the fact that it's been announced that it's Biloxi. It's Bay St. Louis, Mississippi, and the fans are even more up in arms.
Bring on down those two sacrificial labs, and I'll let you introduce them because, quite frankly, I'm not going to waste my time mentioning their names again.
It's the first match. He got me falling asleep before the match even start. Goddamn. Tommy Rogers and Marty Jannetty come out next. Marty Jannetty wearing some fucking jean shorts. You could easily tell he don't give no fuck about this match, and I don't blame him. I wonder if he forgot his ring gear. This is the only time I've ever seen Marty not wear Rockers type of gear. He even wore that shit in WCW. I felt kind of bad for Marty Jannetty. He wasn't one of my favorites, but I thought he was okay. I just feel like luck was never on his side, but I'm not too sure though. Tommy Rogers looks so fucking generic. He looks like one of those old off-brand action figures. This is like the only Tommy Rogers match I've ever seen. Do any of y'all like him? People be leaving comments on my videos expecting me to know every fucking wrestler in the world. I'm only fucking 23 years old. How am I supposed to know every fucking wrestler? I appreciate the other comments though. Y'all be telling me some cool ass stories. Y'all ever watch Marty Jannetty's Dark Side of the Ring? It's been a while since I've seen it, but that shit kind of sad. He walking around his whole body in pain, and he got a fucked up foot. I don't even know how his foot got like that in the first place. He did his interview for Kayfabe Commentaries. In the middle of the interview, he just started standing on the table. He was showing Sean Oliver how fucked up his foot was. There's a recent photo of his foot, but I'm not gonna show y'all because that shit nasty. Y'all can search it up if y'all want to though. Oh yeah, one more thing from the Dark Side of the Ring episode. His friends call him a liar. I think Marty need to get some new friends. They were saying all that stuff on the TV show.
A lot of pride here, American pride, and a home crowd it's turned into for Jannetty and Fantastic Rogers. And Marty Jannetty's no dope. He's playing up the crowd right now.
Well, he's trying to get the crowd behind him, but see, that's because he knows that he might get broke down like a 410 shotgun and breech-loaded here by this Samoan SWAT team. Look at the power there.
That's
Samu,
and he says, wait a minute, we're here too.
Wait a minute, I can voice my opinion here like you can. I live in America. You know, I got a First Amendment right. I can talk if I so desire.
Who thought that was a good idea to have a fucking boxing sign in the ring? This ain't no fucking boxing match. This a fucking wrestling match. All that's gonna do is just get in the way. They locking up and they already touching the sign. I remember seeing this other Marty Jannetty story. He was going up against his jobber. He hit his finisher called the rocker dropper, and he ended up paralyzing him. The jobber's name was Chuck Austin. He landed right on top of his head. Out of all the moves to get paralyzed from, I never thought that the rocker dropper would be one of them. Chuck Austin sued WWE and Jannetty. He won like over $10 million. That shit crazy. Take a look at fucking Tommy Rogers. He's about to get in the ring. This dude is so fucking lost. What the hell is he doing? Marty Jannetty doing all the fucking work. This other guy ain't doing shit. This feels like a fucking handicap match.
Great crowd on hand here tonight.
Ooh!
Oh!
Hit his own cousin there. Look at that reversal and slam takedown by Jannetty.
It's got an arm drag. Arm drag.
Tommy finally gets in the ring, and then he stays in there for like 5 seconds. All he does is just kick Fatu in the nuts. At least he made the ref look away though. Then right after, he tags back in Marty. Marty doing every fucking thing in this match. I remember seeing Marty Jannetty's last WWE match. It was against The Miz. The crowd was silent as fuck when he came out. Shit, what was they expecting though? Them little kids ain't know who Marty Jannetty was. The match they had reminded me of Brian Christopher when he came back to WWE also. He was doing this little dance on the entrance, and the whole crowd didn't care at all. I feel kind of bad for them. I want to talk about the current bloodline right now. I think they call it a new bloodline. I don't fucking know. But anyways, I don't like that Solo Sikoa is the bloodline leader right now. No offense to him, but I see him more as a tag team type of guy. I don't think he's ready yet, especially for the main event. It kind of reminds me when they had Rikishi turn heel. Jacob Fatu came in like a month ago, and he's way cooler than Solo. I'd rather see Jacob Fatu as a leader, to be honest. He is so entertaining. Hey, what they need to do is sign Zilla Fatu and send him to NXT for a little bit. Just have Zilla win on the NXT belts. I can't wait for The Rock and Roman Reigns to come back. Those are like my two favorites. The Rock is like one of my all-time favorites. I can't wait for next year's WrestleMania. I feel like this one's going to be better than the last one. Oh yeah, one more thing about Solo Sikoa. Even though I don't think he should be the leader, I would still rather watch him than Karrion Kross. His finisher sucks. He has a pump handle F5. What the fuck is that? He got that fucking video game ass finisher. He need to pack that shit up. Fatu tried to hit Marty with a splash, but Marty moved out the way. Now both men are down. Marty's looking to tag in Tommy Rogers. Marty makes the hot tag. Me personally, I wouldn't say it was a hot tag. It was more like a warm tag.
Let's see if he can make it to Rogers.
He got it. He got the tag, and here comes fantastic Tommy Rogers. He comes out kicking.
In for the ride.
Off the ropes and the flying leg kick. And fantastic Tommy Rogers coming out, and there's a body slap, a power slap.
He got under. Oh, a kick. He got under him there. Heads together.
And the headbutt.
Silly American. That doesn't work on Samoans. Their heads are indestructible. Tommy Rogers only hit 2 moves in this match. A power slam and a DDT. As soon as he did those 2 moves, they about to end the match now. His name is Fantastic Tommy Rogers, but in this match, he was boring. Hey, but I kind of like the Samoan SWAT team. I wonder how it would have went if they had a bloodline in the Attitude Era. I feel like it would have been cool to see, like a Nation of Domination versus the Bloodline or something. I don't know.
A la plancha over the top. Here we go. Wait a minute. Rogers is up. This could be it. Oh.
Takes him down.
Face buster.
1, 2, 3. It's
got
over.
him.
The Samoans
I was right. I was right. I knew I was right for this job. My analysis proved true.
That match wasn't really that good. It was pretty boring, and it felt like they didn't plan anything out. I bet that Marty's glad that this match is over with because they did not have no chemistry at all. It's kind of weird because both of these guys are tag team guys, but oh well, fuck it. I wanted the Samoan SWAT team to win anyways. Okay, now we got George the Animal Steele and Sherri Martel coming in.
There's Sherri Martel and George the Animal Steele. Of course, a lot of people are talking like they're doing more than just manager wrestling partnership. It could be a lot more than that. Based off what we saw in the pre-show, Dutch, they're awfully friendly.
You know, I think you'd like to watch it. I think you'd like to go in people's bedrooms and look what they're doing, you know.
There's George the Animal still looking very comfortable. Of course, he's had some friendships with Elizabeth in the past. He tried to get to know Elizabeth. Now he's after Sherri Martel. For the time being, he's got Sherri in his corner, and they look to be very friendly.
Well, they look like they're having a very good time, I might add. I think George Animal Steele and Sherri, they make a nice couple.
Bro, what the fuck was that segment? They over there getting freaky. Did they go inside of a closet? Are they about to have sex in the closet? They about to get kicked out. What the hell? This reminds me of that one South Park episode when they had R. Kelly trapped in Stan's closet. That was a funny episode, I ain't gonna lie. It's kind of sad though, because of this episode, Chef left South Park. He was one of my favorite characters.
Back in the dressing room area, I've got the opportunity. The world is abuzz, Sherri Martel, about your relationship with George the Animal Steele.
You know, in the wrestling business, you get to the top by your body count. George the Animal Steele is the one man that is certifiably insane, and everybody's seen it. They know it for sure. But I have got an animal that would take anybody on and do whatever it takes to defeat them. So that means what I want, I get.
Fight!
Fight?
Hey.
You ready?
Yeah, you go. Fight! Fight!
No, this way. Look, this way. Come on.
Nice!
This way.
Let's head to the ring.
Second match of the night. It's a Beauty and the Beast grudge match. Which one is the Beauty? There's so many questions but no answers. Why is all these matches grudge matches? They don't seem like grudge matches. They seem like regular matches to me. But oh well, fuck it, I guess. Greg Valentine comes out first. I ain't gonna lie, bro. He looks so damn old. He looks like an old dog or some shit. I feel like almost his whole career, he just looked pretty old. No offense to all the older people watching this. I respect my seniors. I remember watching an old-ass episode of OSW, and then they showed this racist Greg Valentine promo. In the promo, he was talking about how black junkyard dog is. There's like multiple he did. That shit crazy. They was doing any fucking thing back then.
What you people need to do is all stand up and give me a standing ovation. Because I'm the greatest wrestling machine of all time. I'm the son of the legend Johnny Valentine and George the Animal Steele. They have been feuding for years and years. Well, my father is retired now. And I've taken over, and George Steele has the guts to still call himself a wrestler. Well, tonight it's going to be all over. It's all going to be all over for you, George Steele. You're going to lay down and die. I'm going to put the figure four leg lock on you. And Sherri, I'm going to walk out with you, baby.
He said he gonna kill him with the figure four leg lock. How the fuck he gonna do that? The crowd is just laughing at him, bro. They probably thinking the same shit. George the Animal Steele comes out, and he got Sherri Martel with him. Hey, I'm gonna be honest. He has to be like one of the most hairiest men I've ever seen in pro wrestling. He even got more hair than me, and I'm a pretty hairy dude if I were to say. He got hair everywhere except his face. He should have grew out his beard if he could. That would have made him look even more like an animal. When I was a teenager, I hated having hair in my face, but when I turned like 20 years old, I grew out my beard, and I kept it ever since. Sometimes it gets annoying, but I'll never cut it off though.
Animal would like to intimidate Valentine.
Now, don't look at this to see a lot of technical moves because you're not. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I think Greg the Hammer doing a little. Doing a little stalking early on. He's already rode Sherri Martel into the ring.
As soon as the match starts, there's instant time wasting. Man, get your ass back in the ring. Why the hell he want Sherri so bad? Is it just because George has her? I don't know what the fuck going on. For some reason, the ref tells George to take off his shirt. Why didn't he tell him to take it off at the start if he had a problem with it? Then as soon as George starts taking off his shirt, Greg starts attacking him. The ref doesn't even do anything about it. What a crooked ref this is.
Sherri's going to help him out. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
She's working on the animal. What's going on here?
She came. Wait a minute. Animal doesn't know that's happening.
He has no clue that Sherri was working for Valentine.
Oh my God, what a swerve. Vince Russo WCW style. Hey bro, what the fuck is going on? Why did she even turn on George? They were just fucking in the closet. Did I miss something? I thought everything was just fine. I'm so damn confused right now, bro. George finally takes off his shirt after like 5 minutes of just sitting down in the corner. How the hell he so damn hairy like that, bro? It looks like I'm staring at a forest. This match so damn boring. They moving like 2 miles per hour. Out of nowhere, George pulls out a foreign object and he starts hitting Greg with it. Where the hell did he get that shit from? It looks like a spoon wrapped up in tape. I can't really tell what it is. Do any of y'all know what the fuck that is? Both of these guys are cheaters, bro. I heard that back in the day, George used to be a teacher. I think I heard he was like a gym teacher or something like that. I forgot. But this dude was really living like a double life. Half teacher, half wrestler. That's kind of cool, to be honest. That's on some superhero type shit. I'm wondering now if any of my teachers were wrestlers. Probably not. Apparently, nobody at the school knew he was a wrestler. Out of everybody in the school, nobody knew. They didn't have no internet, but they didn't have no pictures either. Something about that story seems off to me. George George puts Greg in the corner, and while Greg is in the corner, Sherri gives Greg the foreign object. They really just taking turns using this fucking spoon wrapped up in tape. That has to be one of the worst weapons I ever seen. Greg used the weapon right in front of the ref. This ref is pretty dumb. They need to hurry up and end this match. And that promo Greg cut, he called himself the best wrestling machine, but they doing the opposite of wrestling. They just fucking brawling, bro. Nothing but punching and kicking. It feels like I'm watching the match from the 80s. I remember that one time Greg dyed his hair black. He was looking so weird, and he was teaming up with Honky Tonk Man. It reminds me of that one time Kevin Nash came back to WWE. He fucking dyed his hair brown. Why'd he do that? That's like one of his worst looks. Besides like the Oz, Kevin Nash looks way better with the gray hair. Bro, the fucking foreign object fell out of his ass. Sherri had to go pick that shit up. That's funny as hell. Greg dropped the foreign object again, and then he went outside the ring. And while that's happening, Sherri is rubbing George's bald head. Then she turns around and hits him with a steel chair on the back of the head. Why she use a chair like that? She used it like backwards. I'm not complaining though. I'm just glad this match is over with.
Okay, baby.
Oh! With the chair. Martel just hit the animal. 1, 2, that's it.
Oh.
With assistance from Sherri Martel.
Well, give her an assist on that one.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this contest, Greg the Hammer
And now
Valentine.
she's done a complete turnabout and about face here.
George fucking no-sold that chair shot. He got off fast as hell. Why the hell he ain't sell that? He fucking threw out Sherri like it was a Royal Rumble. She took a pretty safe bump outside. I don't have a problem with George getting his heat back, but he just no-sold the chair shot. He could have waited like a couple of minutes or something. I don't know. But who cares? This is a fucking one-off match. They had this random ass story going on with Sherri. She turned on George to get with Valentine. I kind of think that's a downgrade. George starts throwing chairs and shit. He throwing them motherfuckers high as hell.
He has the fans on his side screaming, animal, animal.
Well, I think they're saying more like animal, animal. That's the way they're saying it. Wait a minute. Look here. Oh, wait. Here come the chairs. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. I'm telling you.
All the chairs are going into the ring. Bobby Knight made this in basketball a very famous act. Steele is just showing his anger.
Oh, yeah.
And why not? He should be angry. What happened to him tonight? He was double-crossed and double-teamed.
But don't you think that's a really...
George does his old turnbuckle spot, ripping up the turnbuckle and shit. He's making one big-ass mess in the ring. Greg runs back out to the ring, grabs a steel chair, and he hits George on the back with it. He no-sold that shit again, and then he starts chasing him. This time they actually go backstage. Finally, that shit is over with.
He just got slapped from behind with that chair by the Hammer who came back.
Well, look at what George the Animal... Oh, my. Valentine came back down. Wait a minute. George the Animal still pursuing him back up the ramp. Now, if we can get a shot of the ring, look at what George the Animal Steele, he has wrecked our ring here tonight at Casino Magic.
They ain't hit a single wrestling move that whole match. They was just fucking around with a foreign object. That shit is fucking ass.
I'm sure the Animal Steele will want a rematch. He's going to want to get his girl back, and he certainly want to get back at Hammer Valentine. Maybe he won't want that girl back. We're going to go over to Michael St. John in the dressing room.
They cut to the back. At the start of the promo, they ain't got no audio. This shit's a fucking train wreck. They can't get nothing right. Who the hell is winning this shit?
Julio Fantastico facing the challenge of his life tonight against Too Cold Scorpio, who's already said he's going to beat your tail.
Let me tell you something. You have no clue that you are in the presence of greatness as we speak, okay? And Too Cold Scorpio, you're going down tonight because I am wrestling's greatest superstar, and I'm here to prove to the world why I deserve everything I get and why I am going to win every match I ever wrestle again.
Well, tonight you'll have your opportunity because you're meeting probably one of the most talented athletes in all of professional wrestling today. You've got a lot to prove in that ring.
Oh, I am the measuring stick, not him, you understand? I'm the reason why we're here tonight. I'm the reason you're here. I'm the reason you cheer, not Too Cold Scorpio.
Too Cold Scorpio, he has made his name. He has been a champion. He's been a half of the World Tag Team Champions. He's a man that can take care of himself. I think you're underestimating what this man can do in the ring.
I'm not underestimating anything. I'm telling you I'm confident. It's not conceit. And buddy, you're going down tonight because I am the best you've ever wrestled, man.
Well, tonight we're going to see right here on the Heroes of Wrestling what Too Cold Scorpio and this man, Julio Fantastico, can do. Let's take these men to the ring right now.
Man, that had to be one of the worst promos of the night. Like 8 times out of 10, whenever a wrestler starts his promo off with a "let me tell you something," that shit probably gonna be ass. That dude Julio said he ain't never gonna lose a match ever again. Then on top of that, he says, "I'm the reason you're here. I'm the reason you cheer." He need to pack that shit up, bruh. I'd rather listen to the Greg Valentine promo. At least that one was funny. We on the third match of the night. Too Cold Scorpio versus Julio Fantastico. The way they made these pictures look like small ass baseball cards. When I was a kid, I used to have them WWE cards. I only had like 5 cards though. Julio Fantastico comes out to the ring. He went in the ring fast as hell. Tommy Rogers and Julio should team up because apparently they're both fantastic. Julio should have took Marty place, now that I'm thinking about it, because I'd rather see Marty versus Too Cold Scorpio. I think that would have been a better match. Too Cold Scorpio comes out next. He got the fucking big goal with him, bro. Why the hell did he even do this? Ain't nobody in the back stop him either. They should let him do this shit, I guess. That's crazy as hell. I wonder if he ever talked about this in an interview. I don't know why. Too Cold Scorpio looking like Dave Chappelle when he be acting like Rick James. This the only time I seen him with like braids in his head. I ain't gonna lie. His braids look like they about to fall off. He made the right decision cutting that shit off the top of his head. I like the jacket though. As soon as the match is about to start, Captain Lou Albano joins the commentary team, also known as Super Mario. Y'all ever watched the show he was on? I never seen it before. I just seen pictures of it.
Don't be moving the mic. This Julio, look at this Julio. Look at the Scorpio that he's with. Look at the talent they have here tonight. This is one of the greatest of all time, one of the greatest events of all time. Bill Stone Jr., you're outdoing yourself. I can't believe it. They're heroes of wrestling, baby. You got Dutch Martel doing a great job. You're not doing a bad job either yourself, so we might give you a raise. But let's go from here.
I like Too Cold Scorpio. To me, he's pretty innovative and also underrated. He got one cool-ass moveset. At the first ever indie show I went to, I got to see Too Cold Scorpio wrestle. He was in a 6-man tag. I got a picture right here from the match. He locking up with Jordan Oliver. Fun fact, I used to play wrestling video games with Jordan Oliver back in like 2013. That shit feel like a long-ass time ago. It's honestly so crazy to see how far he came as a pro wrestler. That shit made me want to get in the ring too. Maybe one day. I'll probably get in the ring late as hell like DDP or some shit. Scorpio throws Julio off the ropes, and then Julio does his big ass jump and bounces right back at him and hits him with a shoulder tackle. He starts strutting around and he starts shaking his hips. That shit a little bit funny. This match already better than the other matches, and this shit just started. Speaking about being a wrestler, I also want to be like a commentator or even like a manager because I like Prince Nana and Bobby Heenan, and I also like Mean Gene. If I was a commentator though, I'd probably be on some Booker T type shit. A lot of people hate his commentary, but I like it though. It's pretty funny. Julio hits Scorpio with a drop kick to the outside, and then he does his weird fake looking dive, and then he pulls himself back to the ring. I don't know what the hell that was, but then he runs off the ropes, and then he hits a dive. Scorpio was just staring at him. It looked pretty dumb, to be honest. It reminds me of like those lucha spots where the guy is just waiting outside the whole time. Hey, but I like lucha wrestling though. Scorpio barely even caught his ass. He moved out the way. Julio got backdropped into the crowd, and then he ends up hitting the kid in the head. Bruh, he made him fall down. He got that little kid good. That was one nasty ass bump he took. They start brawling in the crowd. The camera don't even follow him. The fucking lazy ass cameraman. I can't really see what's going on. It starts getting all dark and shit. This shit is stupid. Too Cold Scorpio slams Julio, and then he goes up to the breast rope, but then Julio pushes the ref and cuts him off.
Oh.
Wait a minute.
Oh.
Let's see if this gets him another face punch. We saw that earlier.
One.
Fantastico in.
No. It was close, didn't get him.
Just a 2 count.
We getting towards the end of the match. Scorpio runs off the ropes fast as hell, and he hits his cool looking ass spin kick. He on some ninja type shit. He on S Games mode. Scorpio just be doing anything. His moveset pretty cool, doing flips and all types of shit.
This
He
is
can hit
it,
this, he may get it.
the tumbleweed. That's it, brother. It's all
Wait a
over.
minute.
The tumbleweed
They
may
wanted to
have
hit
finished
the
him. He's going to
450.
do it again.
Let's see if he can do it.
Oh, the party's
Off the
over.
top rope.
Party's over.
Damn, he really missed that shit. Hey, but that move pretty hard to hit, though. I ain't gonna lie, he missed him by like a mile, though. That sucks that the match ended off a botch. That was the best match of the night. The last thing I heard from Too Cold Scorpio was that he got arrested for stabbing somebody. Apparently, it was self-defense. Y'all remember when he was beefing with Buff Bagwell? They became friends, though. That's pretty nice. But anyways, let's go take a look at the backstage again.
A wise choice for Commissioner and Captain Lou Albano. He's going to have his hands full. And one of the things he may have to intervene with is something that happened right before we went on the air today, in that two of the behemoths of professional wrestling and King Kong Bundy and Yokozuna got into it on this very spot. King Kong Bundy's interview was interrupted. I want to get King Kong Bundy in here right now because there's a lot of it.
One! I don't know what made him choose that drunken old sod Albano to be commissioner, but I don't care about that. Porkazuna, I'm going to tell you something. Son, move in a little closer when you're interviewing me. I'm going to tell you something that hundreds and hundreds of other men have learned. Beaten and battered men, and what they learned is this, punk. You diss the great Bundy at your own peril. You're getting the avalanche, you're getting the 5 count, and you're going to be finished.
The words of King Kong Bundy. They'll meet head on. Battle of the Titanics. King Kong Bundy, Yokozuna, coming up on Heroes of Wrestling.
Fourth match of the night, we got the Bushwhackers versus Nikolai Volkoff and the Iron Sheik. I'm not looking forward to talk about this shit, but let's just get it over with. Iron Sheik and Nikita Volkoff come out to the ring. They got this manager named Nikita Brezhnikov. I don't even know if I said his name right, but oh well. They didn't even add the manager into the match card, but he's here though. The whole crowd chanting USA while they waving around their flags and shit. Iron Sheik look like he could barely even walk. He looks like he's in pain. Eventually they get into the ring, and then they cut their typical I Hate America promo. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right, he's exercising his shoulders and showing everyone here just how tough he is.
And it takes a very strong man. It takes a very strong man to do that. Not only exercising his body, exercising his First Amendment rights too, to say what he wants to say.
And he has that right in the United States.
Hogan or Bob Backlund, and you shut up. Don't say USA, USA.
You know, like
Again, he spits into the microphone, taunting the American crowd. And then the chant goes up, USA.
The Bushwhackers make their entrance. Luke's haircut looks like shit. He need to cut that shit off. His hairline looks like it's all the way to the back of his head. They over here looking at the crowd and shit. They acting like some fucking dogs or something. I ain't really fucking with it. If I was in the crowd and they did that shit to me, I'd be mad as hell. Back then, they was doing any fucking thing. I ain't really watched that many Bushwhacker matches. Most I seen was their comedy stuff. I didn't really find them entertaining, to be honest. No offense to them, though. The Bushwhackers get in the ring, and then they get jumped from behind. They got fucking distracted by the manager.
If you ask me, see, that's good. That's good. See, you can't dance around that ring all night long. You can't dance around, you know, because these guys, this Iron Sheik, this Nikolai Volkoff, they're all business. They really want to come after you. They want to bring the battle to you, and you better be able to bring the battle back, or you're going to end up on the short end of the stick.
When I was a kid, I used to have like a decent action figure collection of WWE wrestlers. One of the wrestlers I had was Nikolai. I don't even know how the hell I even got him, but he just ended up in my collection. At that time, I didn't even know who the hell he even was. I was like 6 years old or some shit. I'm surprised I remember that stuff. All my action figures gone now though. The crowd is still chanting USA, even though nobody in this match is from USA. Silly Americans.
The Sheik over here close to our... Wait a minute, I think the Sheik has instructed...
He said if you guys see saying USA, USA, he's going to be gone.
I didn't pick up what he said
Okay,
there.
the Sheik, well listen, see I speak Iranian, I speak Farsi, which is the native tongue in Iran. He said it in English though, but it's so broken up. But what he said was, if the fans don't stop yelling USA or USA, he was going to retire.
They're walking
back.
out.
Well, that's what I'm telling you. Said if they didn't shut up, they were going to leave.
They got their feelings hurt and they're going to leave. You have to be competitive.
After they get done stalling, they finally get back into the ring. They almost got counted out. Who the hell was booking this shit? This shit fucking ass. Boring as fuck. I could have booked something better than this. Imagine if they came out with a second pay-per-view after this. The first time I seen this match, I had to stop watching like 2 times. I was so fucking bored, man. Iron Sheik gets in the ring. He is so damn funny to me. His Twitter is dedicated just to hating on Hulk Hogan. Half of his tweets is just saying, fuck Hulk Hogan. That's funny as hell. That reminds me of the diss track Rikishi dropped on Hulk Hogan. He dropped that shit like a month ago. Somebody's still posting on Iron Sheik's Twitter account. It reminds me of this other account called His Test Still Dead. All they would say on that account is just yes. I remember this other video I seen. It was Iron Sheik about to fight Beetlejuice. They was really about to fight too. That shit was random as hell. I like Beetlejuice. I want to meet him one day. I ain't really got nothing else to say about this match. They ain't really do shit until the finish anyways. This match was like 6 minutes long, but it felt like a fucking hour. I like bad wrestling, but I like funny bad wrestling. You know what I mean? This right here is just kind of like sad and bad wrestling.
Wait a minute, he's giving him something. Oh, he gave him an object.
There is a foreign object. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
That took down his partner from the Iron Curtain. 1, 2, 3, it's over. Bushwhackers.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
Mistiming, blown assignment, Volkoff and the Iron Sheik. And they blow the match, and the men from down under celebrate.
Well, they're hugging everybody here in Casino Magic, Bay St. Louis, Mississippi, going all around the ring, giving everybody a big Australian hug, New Zealand hug.
I'm so glad this match is over. Man, that shit felt like torture. This match had a foreign object in it too. After the match, Iron Sheik and Nikolai start arguing, but then they make up instantly. That's pretty nice. That's a pretty happy ending.
All right, let's go. We're going to hear from Tully Blanchard.
This is another one of the stars, I'm sure, for the Heroes of Wrestling event. Who can it be? It's Tully Blanchard, one of the four horsemen. Hi, Tully. Good to see you. We wanted to see if we could get a word with you here.
Well, it's I tell you what, it's
holy, what in the world is happening? Stan Lane is attacked. Tully, can we get security? I cannot believe what's happening here. Let's separate these two.
God damn, he got his ass beat. He put his ass in the trunk, boy. That's embarrassing. Afterwards, Tully cut a promo.
I have been in wrestling a long time, and I've been out of it a long time. And I came here and I agreed to do this thing, the Heroes of Wrestling, and was looking to have fun and, you know, have a good match with Stan Lane. I don't do this for a living anymore. This kind of stuff here is I am really, what I'm having is a flashback, really. I mean, we're talking about the intensity that I had with Dusty Rhodes and Wahoo McDaniels and the Road Warriors and Demolition and Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels when they were just coming up with the WWF. We're talking about taking everything that you got, everything that you are, and bringing it and stirring it back up. You know, I've been gone and just subdued and low-key, low profile. But you know, Stan Lane, I'm going to tell you the truth. The only reason you ever became a world champion is because you were Bobby Eaton's partner and Jim Cornette standing in the corner, and you rode a tidal wave that you didn't build. Well, the Four Horsemen was a tidal wave that I helped build, and you're going to find out just exactly what a tidal wave is all about, because I'm going to tell you, Stan, 10 years is bubbled up inside me. 10 years all of a sudden at one time is bubbled up inside me, and everybody that's ever screwed me, anybody that's ever done me wrong, is all coming out. And Stan, the times and the feelings that I used to have for Dusty Rhodes have all just come to the surface. And the feelings that I used to have for people like Jim Herd and the people that signed the contracts with the WWF and WCW, it's all come to the surface. And I don't need to scream and holler anymore. I just got to look at my blood because you wanted to jam me in a trunk and make a name for yourself. Well, it's too late for you to make a name for yourself. And I promise you, Tully Blanchard might be a little bit older, but I still got the fire that made me what I was. And Stan Lane, you will find out what being a horseman is all about tonight.
Hey, man, that had to be one of the best promos of the night, in my opinion, at least. Fifth match of the night. We got Stan Lane versus Tully Blanchard. Stan Lane comes out first. What the fuck is he wearing? Got that shiny-ass jacket on. His ass look like a candy wrapper, looking like a fucking space alien or some shit. That shit shiny as hell.
You know something, buddy? You're doing a pretty darn good job out here trying to be a ring announcer. I know you're a local guy and you want to impress all your friends, but you know, a man of my accomplishments, a man who's a member of the Fabulous Ones, the Heavenly Bodies, and the Midnight Express, the only tag team to be not only the U.S., but the world WCW Tag Team Champions at the same time. I deserve a little bit better introduction than that. And you know, since I quit wrestling, I've moved on to this field of broadcasting, if you couldn't tell. I was a broadcaster for the World Wrestling Federation, and now I broadcast for ESPN. So get ready, turn your hearing aid up, and check this out.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, I am the original gangster of love. I tip the scales at 228 3/4 pounds. I am Sweet Stan Lane.
Pretty good.
Excellent.
Hit your heart out, pal.
Sounded just like Michael Buffer.
I sound better than Michael Buffer.
Bro, this dude really called himself the gangster of love. What the hell is this shit? Hey, now that I'm thinking about it, Mr. Kennedy kind of reminds me of Stan Lane with all this announcing shit. I don't know if it's just me or not. Tully is bragging about being a Four Horsemen. Meanwhile, Stan Lane is bragging about being on ESPN. How many people were even in the Four Horsemen? It felt like 20 people was in that shit.
Original member of the legendary Four Horsemen with Arn Anderson and Ric Flair. And a pretty nice entrance. He got the
Tully
big
Blanchard.
entrance. Tully Blanchard, of course.
Look at Tully
he
Blanchard.
Has vengeance in his eyes.
Mr. Four
what happened to
Horsemen.
him earlier today.
Brother, you don't look like a thoroughbred horse anymore. You look like a damn work mule. If you get in the ring, I'm going to ride you like secretary. You know, this guy's preaching intense, and I'm on ESPN. You're a joke, Blanchard.
Stan Lane was talking shit, then he ran away. That's funny. The promo before the match was good, but this match right here, I can't really take it serious. They don't really seem like they hate each other. I don't know. He fucking beat his ass in the parking lot. Now they just doing this shit. They should be throwing hands right now. Over here wasting time and shit. Stan Lane whips Tully off the ropes, and then he takes him down with a clothesline. He gets up and he starts flexing his muscles. Then the camera turns to this girl in the crowd. She looks bored as fuck. This is also my reaction to this match. Why would they even show her? I feel kind of bad for these guys, because it feels like the crowd isn't paying attention to this match. But they was paying attention to the Bushwhackers match though. The crowd not even cheering. They just staring at this shit. And it's like, damn, they could have actually had like a cool story in this match. A lot of these matches on this card feel like they weren't playing out that well. I take that back. I meant to say all of them.
Then sweet Stan Lane holding on. Now he's going to body slam him off the ropes.
He dropped him right across that top rope. See, I think he had the Blanchard confused with this, and Blanchard was probably getting prepared for a meeting with the mat, with a body slam, but he got met with the top rope right across the neck.
Tully was getting his ass beat for a couple of minutes, but then Tully grabs Stan Lane's trunks and he whips him outside the ring. They keep showing these random women in the camera. Randy Rosenbloom is trying to say that they're attracted to Stan Lane. They all look just bored as fuck. They try to show like 4 different women. This match fucking stinks. Why the hell did Tully put on a figure 4 leg lock to the outside? He had that shit on for like 10 seconds. Stan Lane poked him in the eyes and got out. That was kind of a dumb spot, to be honest. They fought outside the ring 2 times. I wasn't really feeling that shit. And they finally get back inside the ring, and now they finally about to end this shit. I'm watching this match right here, and it got me wondering who was the worst member of the 4 Horsemen. I don't even know all the members.
Both men trying to take it to each other here. I think Stan needs to turn it up just a little bit of a notch.
This has been a war between Stan Lane and Tully Blanchard.
Side suplex. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3. Wait a minute.
Is that it? That's Stan Lane winning?
Stan winning? Wait a minute.
Stan Lane thinks he's won.
I think Stan won. Wait a minute. Stan win this one?
It looked like Todd Taylor counted to 3, and now he's saying no.
Now he's waving it off.
He did wave it off.
Wait
he's reversing the decision, and he gave it an illegal move.
Wait a minute. Stan Lane, he doesn't like this decision at all. He thinks he pinned Tully Blanchard.
This match felt like a wasted opportunity. They could have had a cool story with this match, but they had that shitty-ass match instead. That finish was fucking ass. Tully wins the match, and then they start fighting and shit some more. I want them to get to the backstage already, because they shat the bed with that finish.
But Tully Blanchard coming back with a suplex. Now he's Stan Lane on the outside of the ring. And either case, fans, here on Heroes of Wrestling, right here, Tully Blanchard has just won
He's
the
declared
match.
The winner. Tully Blanchard.
Over
Sweet Stan Lane's not happy about it, and he's already walking back into the dressing room.
No, I don't think he's happy at all about it.
There he goes up the ramp. He thought he won the match. There's that striking pose.
The end. Problem with Jake the Snake, and especially that snake.
Hey, I don't have a problem with Jake the Snake Roberts, but this isn't the San Diego Zoo. I don't want to see any giraffes or rhinoceroses or pythons or cobras. This is a wrestling match, right, Bundy? You know something, you talk about problems. Jim the Anvil Neidhart and King Kong Bundy, we don't worry about problems, we worry about solutions. Don't worry about that slimy snake, Anvil. We'll take care of that.
Well, you'll have your opportunity, Jake the Snake Roberts, Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Wow. These guys, it's getting crazy back here. Back to you.
This interviewer guy been messing up his words the whole night. Goddamn. 6th match of the night. Abdullah the Butcher versus One Man Gang. We almost done with this pay-per-view. Thank God. One Man Gang comes out first. I can't believe this is the same guy that played Akeem. Looks like a whole different person almost. They really had this dude acting like a black guy dancing around and shit. That shit crazy. I don't know though, because I kind of like the Akeem character with Big Boss Man. Him dancing around acting black reminds me of when Kofi Kingston used to have a Jamaican accent. During One Man Gang's entrance, they show his promo he did before the match.
Abdullah the Butcher, the one-man gang is looking for you. No mercy will be given. And when it's all said and done, you, Abdullah, will be another victim. This is not going to be for the weak of heart or the weak of stomach, because I, the one-man gang, am taking you out once and for all.
I don't know what the hell that promo was, but okay. Abdullah the Butcher comes out, and he got his manager with him named Honest John. They got a lot of big people on this show. Abdullah looked like he weighed 500 pounds or some shit. This is probably the biggest I've ever seen him. I ain't gonna lie, Honest John kind of looked like Peter Griffin to me. As soon as Abdullah gets in the ring, One Man Gang jumps on his ass. He ain't even get a chance to step in the ring. He ain't playing no games. He ain't wasting no time.
Working that chain around
Right around the mouth.
Around the mouth. It looks like he's almost got him.
Look at that.
Look, the blood already coming off the back of his head. Looks like he's almost trying to, he's like a horse he's trying to ride and putting a bridle in his mouth.
Well, the wild man from Sudan is taking a beating.
I'm going to tell you, Randy, you better be ready to move. These guys.
That's over 700 pounds combined. I am going to move. We might not have audio. There goes the chair right on top of his head. Oh, a violent move by the One Man Gang.
Abdullah the Butcher was getting his ass beat the first few minutes. One Man Gang was choking him with a chain. Then he makes a comeback. He starts licking his own blood and shit. Ew. I wouldn't want to wrestle after these guys. I kind of find this shit gross. After finding out Abdullah the Butcher was giving people Hep C and shit, this one wrestler sued him. His name was Hannibal. Hannibal was trying out for WWE. Then he got rejected because he had Hep C. That's fucked up. I don't really like Hannibal though, because he sent his ref to the hospital trying to make him bleed. He stabbed him like 10 times and made it on the news. The referee had to get stitches on his forehead and on the side of his head too. Hannibal did all that shit because his gimmick was the blood hunter at the time. What a fucking mark. Why does Abdullah use a fork? I never really understood that, to be honest. He be poking the fuck out of people with that fork too. He fucking crazy. Y'all ever watch Abdullah's Dark Side of the Ring? That shit was kind of interesting to watch, I ain't gonna lie. They was on the show and shit saying that he can't read, and they were showing his whole house. His house all broken down and shit. I don't know why they would show his house like that. That's kind of messed up. I think I heard that Abdullah used to own a restaurant. Would you guys eat there? I don't think I would. This match right here, they ain't really doing shit for real. They just hitting each other with weapons and bleeding everywhere.
Okay, we need to stop this. We're in some danger over here. Back up, Randy.
I'm out of the way.
Back up, Rosenbloom. We may need some guys out of the dressing room to pull these two.
Richards is trying to stop it, but they're within a few feet of our location. In fact, they're on our location. There goes all our material. There goes the chairs. This is completely out of control. Security's taking a beating.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Security's trying to get involved in it. Wait a minute. Oh, my God. A one-man gang. They're laying the security out here. We got referees out here.
We got over at our location.
We got blood all over the broadcast table.
They ended this shit in a DQ, even though it was a hardcore match. Oh wait, I didn't mean to say DQ, I meant to say draw, but whatever. They start brawling to the backstage and shit. 7th match of the night. We almost at the main event, guys. Bob Orton versus Jimmy Snuka. Before the match start, we gotta look at them playing cards.
I'm telling you right now, the guy's a crook, Jimmy. Here. The guy is a crook and a thief. Go ahead. Go, man, let me tell you something. Hey, Jimmy, look at that card. Look at the card there, Jimmy. Look at that. Underneath his belt. Look at that, Jimmy. You're the crook, you thieving halfwit, you moron. No, don't point your head at me. Go ahead, hit him. Go ahead, hit the son of a dirty button. That's it. Get him back. You'll pay for this, you punk, you. You'll pay for this. You'll pay for this. You ain't cheating me. Go ahead. You ain't gonna cheat me. You dirty moron, you.
Superfly Jimmy Snuka gets his chance against Cowboy Bob Orton momentarily. Captain Lou Albano, the commissioner of Heroes of Wrestling, join us. Let's hear your comments.
Well, first of all, I feel very honored to be the commissioner here, and I'm going to tell you right now, brothers and sisters, wrestling fans throughout the world, 48 years of experience, I will call it like I see it. There'll be no favorites, no partiality. I'll do what I got to do. But tonight, the main thing at hand is the main man, Jimmy Snuka, that flies off the top like a bird, baby, like a bee. And, oh, unbelievable. He's up against Bob Orton, that's made some very derogatory remarks about us. He's a liar, he's a cheat, he's a sneak, and got the brain of a BB. And I want to tell you right now, Bob Orton, if you're watching us here, we're ready for you. We're prepared. My man can suplex from his knees, brother. He's so good, so fine. He's so sweet. This is the man of the hour, the man of the power. I'm Captain Lou, and I'm telling to you, look out, look out, look out, Bob Orton, because we're ready, baby. We're ready.
The match coming up, Cowboy Bob Orton against Jimmy Superfly Snuka.
Watch it, Snuka. Watch it, Snuka. Watch it, Snuka. We're coming, baby. We're coming.
They really fighting over a card game. That's funny as hell. I'd rather see this than the fucking Sherri Martel storyline they did, though.
You know, here I go, trying to beat a man in an innocent game of cards. Albano, I don't know how you do it, man. Snuka, I know you ain't got the brains. But Albano, how you got that card, how you slipped that card in on me, I don't know, baby. And then stand up and accuse me, Cowboy Bob Orton, of cheating. No way, baby. But I'll tell you what you have done. You've got the Cowboys' dander up. Can't wait to step in the ring with you, Snuka. And Albano, stick your nose in there one time. I'll slap you, boy.
Bob Orton comes out first. I'm wondering now, imagine how different Randy Orton's career would be if he had the cowboy gimmick also. Instead of Legend Killer, they turned him into the cowboy. Jimmy Snuka comes out next. Every time I see Jimmy Snuka, I think about the crime scene or either his son, the Sim Snuka. I made a whole video about Sim Snuka and Legacy. That was when I first started doing this YouTube shit though. I'm surprised people still watch my older videos, to be honest. Oh yeah, another thing, whenever I think about Jimmy Snuka, I think about the match he had with Undertaker at WrestleMania. And that one time he was in the Royal Rumble fighting Roddy Piper. They had these two dudes fighting each other in the middle of the ring and everybody was just staring at him. Speaking of Undertaker, Bob Orton almost gave him Hep C. When Undertaker was feuding with Bob Orton and Randy Orton, Bob Orton decided to bleed and Undertaker was touching him, but luckily he didn't get it though. I'm reading up on this shit and apparently Bob Orton forgot he even had Hep C. That is fucking crazy, man. Why did WWE even let him bleed? Imagine how different things would be if he actually did get it.
You know, what?
The high flyer right up that rope again. We've seen that for so long. That's reversal, 1-2, near pin by Cowboy.
I'm gonna tell you, Cowboy Bob Orton, one of the most proficient technical wrestlers ever. Him and Greg Valentine are very proficient technical wrestlers. Bob Orton, of course, a second-generation wrestler. Bob Orton Sr., of course, being his father.
A lot of y'all don't know this, but when I first started uploading, I used to do like wrestling reviews and shit. I took down all the videos though, because I ain't like them no more. They were pretty bad. I was reviewing like TNA and shit before they came back. It was my show called Main Event Wrestling Reviews. Now I'ma just call it Main Event Reviews. I just like talking about wrestling in general. I got bored one day and I just said, fuck it, let's start uploading some videos. I didn't expect people to like them, to be honest. Honestly, this channel is fucking random as hell now. I just do videos I want to talk about. I'ma still do some Memphis wrestling and shit and bad wrestling. I might talk about some wrestling movies in the future, but who knows though, I'm pretty random.
You know, I've been pretty nice to you so far, but I tell you, I just got to make a stand here. You know, I try to act like a gentleman, but you know, Mr. Rosenbloom, you're kind of wearing on my last good nerve.
Well, Dirty Dutch Mantell, I got to tell you, these guys have been battling for nearly 16 years. We're going into a new millennium. There's very little that these two don't know about one another.
In your opinion?
In my opinion.
Okay, then let's clarify that. Let's validate that last statement.
I've been validated.
You know, but I went to law school, so I know how to do those things like that.
Most of this match is just Bob Orton doing rest holds. I only have like one other thing to say, and this is about Sim Snuka. Sim Snuka has to be like one of the worst second-generation talent ever. His attire sucked, and to be honest, he wasn't really that good. The highlight of his career is just saying who his dad was, and he didn't catch The Undertaker. Why did they make him the cameraman for that match in the first place? Speaking of second-generational talent, Ted DiBiase Jr. was a disappointment. I thought he was going to be like Cody Rhodes. He even had his own movie, even though it was a shady movie, but still, life is so random.
Wait a minute, what's Lou doing? Lou held the ankles. Captain Lou held the ankles of Jimmy Superfly Snuka. Wait a minute now.
The official didn't see that. Todd Taylor, third man in the ring, didn't notice that at all. And Orton's going after Captain Lou. And I think he's hit his hand on the turnbuckle. There's the Superfly leap. 1, 2. He got him with it. The Superfly leap and a pin for Snuka.
Okay, you gotta give Captain Lou an assist on that one.
Superfly can still get up into the air. He had to be 10 feet high when he got it fully exposed and out there. He was really up into the night.
Honestly, I thought that was a pretty okay match, even though they didn't do shit but mostly rest holds, but still, it's like the second best match in my opinion.
Back here I have a man of legendary proportion, the man Jake the Snake Roberts. He is a man that you all recognize. He's a legend. Come on, Jake, get on in here. The folks want to hear from you.
You know what I'm saying right now is this. You know, you get a casino, and everybody says, well, gosh, a casino, you should gamble. Let me tell you something, Hamble. You don't want to play cards with me because I'll cheat, okay? I cheat. You want to play 21? I got 22. You want to play blackjack? I got 2 of those too. You want to play aces and eights? Maybe I got too many of those too. Bottom line is this, you do not gamble with me. The only time you should gamble is this. Listen to me. When you walk in a casino and you want to gamble, the main thing is you should realize this. To gamble, you must accept losing. I don't accept losing. And neither does Damien. Damien, my friend,
My friend Damien is right here. You see
Damien?
Damien?
Yeah, he just stuck his head out at us.
Nice looking pile of snake, huh?
Oh.
You don't want to see us, do you?
Well, I
Let me
know.
show you something.
Yeah, that's
Let
okay,
me show you
Jake.
No, I tell you what, Anvil. Go ahead, Anvil. Roll the dice. Mr. Cameraman, get your ass back up here. Hello? I'm talking to you. Get the camera back up here. That is not what you need to worry about, Anvil. Because the bottom line is this. When the DDT comes, then the snake comes out. Worry about the DDT. 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 Think about it.
Okay, everyone, it's time for the Nacho main event. We ain't talking about this shit right here. We talking about this match right here. Jake the Snake Roberts versus Jim Neidhart. Let's get this shit on. This match is a special grudge match, and I agree. This match is really special for all the wrong reasons. Jim Neidhart comes out first. I remember he had this one match against Virgil, and he had a KKK hoodie on. When I first seen that shit, I was just like, what the fuck? And somebody commented on one of my videos saying that I should make a video on that match too. No offense, but why would I make a video on that stupid ass shit? The fuck I look like? Man, wrestling back then, they had a lot of stupid shit going on. That Virgil match, and they had a fucking Nazi wrestler named Stormtrooper. They had the Nazi go up against Super Mario. That match fucking random as hell. Jake the Snake makes his way out to the ring. He's carrying Damien. He's wearing a t-shirt and some jogging pants. Is he here to wrestle or is he here just to relax? They giving him all this pyro and shit. That shit funny as hell. He walking down the ramp, it look like he about to fall over. He look high as hell. He like he on a whole different world. This kind of reminds me of that one match, Jeff Hardy versus Sting, and then like Sting beat him in like 5 seconds. I used to really like Jeff Hardy when I was a kid, but I don't like him as much anymore. I still like some of his matches though. Jake the Snake puts Damien in the ring, and then he fucking just walks back up to the ramp. Imagine if he just never came back.
But this right here, this is the heart of Snake Country right here.
Well, this is an historic night, the first ever Heroes of Wrestling. And Jake the Snake Roberts, very, very crafty, maniacal, devilish, and calculated.
Wait a minute, he walked back to the...
Of course, one of his great calculations is to have that snake with him.
Wait a minute, he walked back. Look, to me, this has got to be a psychological flaw, if you ask me.
Exactly what it is.
He left Damien at ringside, knowing Jim the Anvil Neidhart is not going to mess with that snake. He can leave the snake there. The snake is unprotected, but the snake can protect itself.
Well, the Anvil does not appear to be bothered by it all.
Well,
he's raising his arm saying, this doesn't bug me one iota.
Well, it shouldn't bug him because the snake is still in the back. Yeah, he's still safe.
Jake the Snake comes running back out to the ring. This time he doesn't have a shirt on. Imagine if he just fell down the ramp. That would be like some Eric Young type shit. I wonder if somebody in the back was just yelling at him. I can imagine somebody going like, get your ass back out there. He walking around the ring, and then he points at this lady in the crowd. He starts grabbing her hand and makes her rub his chest. She looks so uncomfortable doing it too. While she doing it, Jake is making faces and shit. I don't know what's going on. Which one would you rather take? Bushwhackers licking you or rubbing on Jake the Snake's chest? I ain't gonna lie. That's a pretty hard decision for me to make. As soon as Jake gets in the ring, Jim Neidhart gets out the ring. I wouldn't want to wrestle this guy like this anyways, so I don't really blame him.
You see the big surge of popularity that professional wrestling is enjoying today. These are the guys, along with me and everybody else here in this Heroes of Wrestling card, that made all this possible. Jim the Anvil Neidhart, of course, a big star in the WWF. Jake the Snake Roberts, Intercontinental Champion with the WWF and wrestler in every regional territory in the United States. These guys have paid their dues.
Jim gets back into the ring, and then they start locking up. I don't even know why they're trying to even have a match. I would have just tried to pin him and just fucking walk out. I would have just got my paycheck and just walked out of that bitch. I kind of wish they made a Dark Side of the Ring episode of this match. That would have been a good-ass episode, I ain't gonna lie. I've been talking about that show for like half of this video. Man, they fucking scammed the fuck out of these people with this match. I would have tried to get my money back. I wonder how much people pay to get in this. I'm watching this shit for free, and I want my time back. I wonder what's the worst WWE pay-per-view. I really like the SummerSlam pay-per-views. That one almost always seems good to me. The Snake trying to get out the bag. I don't fuck with no snakes or even spiders. When I was a kid back in school, these people that work at the zoo brought these animals in. They brought in that big ass yellow snake. I ain't want to touch that motherfucker, but they had me hold this crocodile. It was a baby crocodile. I almost dropped it.
Yeah, hey, wait a minute. I think Lou Albano, the commissioner, should come out here and sort of enact some of his newly appointed duties here and put that snake back in that bag. Wait a minute. Yeah, I believe the Fostone lawyers do not believe from a legal.
He's bringing it out right now.
Oh my God! I'm out of here. Wait a minute.
Look at the size of that thing. 14-foot python. He's showing it to everyone, and the anvil's out of here. The anvil's out of sight. He's gotten out of harm's way, and the fans love the snake.
Man, he over here doing all this freaky shit. He got the snake on his crotch. What the hell? I feel like this not his first time doing this shit. I wonder what's going through Jake's mind right now. He probably don't even know where he's even at. Jake was laying down in the ring, kissing on the snake and licking on it. That shit is gross. I didn't even see that at first. After a few minutes, King Kong Bundy comes out. He look fucking mad as hell. I would be too. He over here fucking up the main event.
To talk to Neidhart. Wait a minute. They got some kind of conversation going over there. Wait a minute.
Commiserating. I know they don't like snakes, that's for sure. Who does?
Wait a minute.
That's 2-on-1 maybe. Anvil's back in the ring from behind. He got him from behind.
Yeah, and the referee got in the way too. The referee got a little bit of that. Now we got an extra, an added element out here. King Kong Bundy.
King Kong Bundy looking like, what the fuck did I get myself into? Oh yeah, speaking of snakes, I don't like scorpions. One time in my job, there was a scorpion there. I didn't even know we had scorpions in Illinois. The more you know, my crazy ass coworker, he picked it up with a cup and threw it outside. I would have left that shit right there.
Neidhart, they got Jake down. Wait a minute, Bundy coming into the ring now.
This is unfair, 2-on-1. Bundy's too big a man. Fans here are up in arms over all this.
I don't know the rules of this match, since every fucking match is a grudge match, but shouldn't that be a DQ or something? I don't know. Because a one-man game match ended in like a DQ or some shit. That shit was confusing as hell. But anyways, Bundy just said, fuck it, he getting in the match now. Neidhart and Bundy jumping on him. Yokozuna comes out to the ring. It feels like everybody was wearing a robe to this event. And if not a robe, they were just fat. Yokozuna's robe looked kind of cool though. And I like his hair. Hey, to be honest, if Bundy and Yokozuna had that singles match, I think that main event would have been shitty too. But I guess we'll never know.
This is 650 pounds, enough girth to move the earth.
Wait a minute, both men have backed up now.
And he's talking and he's showing what he thinks of King Kong Bundy. We're supposed to have them in the next match. What's going on here?
Are they going to start their match right now? Wait a minute. Let's see what the referees. Everybody's standing around. That's like a.
Well, King Kong Bundy and the former Yokozuna are going at it.
Wait a minute. Well, I guess 1,000-pound war. No, wait a minute. Neidhart's back in it now.
This is more like a 1,500-pound war.
This shit is a fucking disaster, man. They went from jumping Jake the Snake to jumping Yokozuna. That's funny as hell. I heard from somewhere that Yokozuna wanted to be the fattest wrestler alive. I honestly believe it. Back in WWF, I heard this other story. They were trying to get Yokozuna and Vader to lose weight, but instead of losing weight, they just kept on eating KFC. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't fuck with no KFC. One time I went to KFC, and they ran out of chicken. How the fuck you got chicken in your name and you run out of chicken? I'd rather eat Popeyes or Chick-Fil-A or some shit. Hey, but I heard that Chick-Fil-A changed their chicken up though. Did they do that shit for real? I ain't tried that shit yet. This bald guy comes out. The commentators don't even know his name. They just call him Lil Bundy. They trying to figure out what the fuck to do.
But wait a minute, is that another Bundy out there? Wait a minute, who is that guy?
There's another Bundy look-alike.
It looks like a little mini-me Bundy out there. Wait a minute, but he must be.
Maybe it's his kid.
Yeah, I don't know who this guy is. You know,
he is the baby Bundy.
We had Abdullah come out here with a new face. We got this guy. We don't even know who this guy is, but you know, a lot of people springing up here tonight. We don't even know who they are.
Jim starts taking off Jake's boot, and he starts beating him up with it. Then King Kong Bundy gets in the ring and takes off the other fucking boot and starts beating him up with it too. Jake's just been laying down the whole time. This reminds me of Ric Flair's last match. During that match, he fell asleep. I think he want to have one more final match. He's fucking crazy. You know what else is crazy? Everybody in this match passed away except Jake the Snake. I'm glad that he made a recovery from all this shit. They ain't doing shit with him in AEW though. They could have did something cool as hell with him. That was a wasted opportunity.
All the while, Bundy and Jake the Snake are mixing it up.
He got him in He got him in the short ribs again. A big
splash. That's 500 pounds. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Bundy pinned him.
They got him.
King Kong Bundy the winner.
Excellent. Excellent, King Kong. An excellent.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Jim the Anvil Neidhart and King Kong Bundy.
So the Anvil Neidhart and King Kong Bundy on the pin on Jake the Snake Roberts and the former Yokozuna.
Jake tagged out of the match right, but King Kong Bundy just pinned him instead. He just wanted to get that shit over with. After the match, Yokozuna tried to get Jake to hit the DDT on Lil Bundy, but he's too fucked up to do anything, so he just says never mind and hits him with a Samoan drop.
Oh, that's painful. That's hard to watch.
I couldn't get it out in anticipation of what was going to happen.
That's a 650-plus man right there, and Little Bundy is in desperate need
Wait a minute.
of help.
Wait a minute. Don't do it, Jake.
Oh, here comes the Python.
Wait a minute. There he goes.
He laid the Python on Little Bundy.
I didn't expect this video to be this long. I thought it was gonna be like 30 minutes long. This shit about hit an hour, goddamn. Hey, but I wanna give out some shout outs. First off, I wanna give a shout out to Valor. They gonna play one of my videos at their next wrestling show. You should check them out. They all the way from Europe and they found me. That's crazy. I wanna give a shout out to Fightful Select. I just did an interview with them and now I got my own article on Fightful Select too. That's pretty cool. I never would have thought I would get one, to be honest. Last shout out I wanna give is to everybody who been supporting me in my videos and shit. I appreciate y'all for real. Darren, that's crazy. But anyways, if you followed the video, hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you for watching. Nachomane out.